So hot, this poor little froggy fried himself. Rest in peace, little man. Good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. It is currently 5 o'clock. Just got to work. Today is not going to be a very busy day. We're planning on fixing some fencing because the bull did escape the other day, and that was a little bit nerve-wracking. We did get him back in, thankfully, but we had to do a lot of fence work because there was a lot of because there was a lot of weeds sitting on the fence. So we're going to have to do a lot of work to that just to make sure it's not grounding out the electric fence. But other than that, we're not going to be doing much today because it is going to be 95 today, and it's supposed to be just about the same tomorrow. It's been in the low 90s for the last 4 or 5 days, which for Maine is just like unheard of, and it hasn't rained in like 2 weeks. Pasture is dead. We've been feeding the cows hay inside because they're just not getting anything outside. We did get 2 new cows, and I kind of wanted to introduce you guys to them. We got a Holstein and a Jersey. The Jersey's name is Polly, I think we named her, but we haven't really named the other one yet. You guys can leave some ideas for some names in the comments. So yeah, the cows are just waiting to come in right now. Hello, girls. There's Mr. Escape Artist. Norman, why did you get out? So I'm running the wash right now, so I probably better go back in and tend to that. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're gonna have I hope you've had a great weekend, since you'll see this on Thursday. Yeah, so we're not really doing much lately. It's kind of slow because of the heat. But I just thought I'd update you guys on the new cows. This baby boy here is grown quite a bit, if you remember him from one of my first short videos. Grown quite a bit. I did have one cow step on a quarter, and she cut it pretty bad, so I kind of wanted to show you guys how we go about taking care of that. Sometimes they'll step on a quarter, sometimes another cow will step on a quarter, and sometimes they'll catch it on like barbed wire or something, but that's definitely not what happened this time, because we're really careful about where we keep our barbed wire, and we don't really have any down that low, so she wouldn't have caught her bag on any, but it definitely looks like another cow or her stepped on it. Being really careful about how we milk her, just because we don't want her to start kicking or anything. So I'll show you guys how we go about dealing with that. That sun is terrible. I apologize for that. Something on the lens too. So yeah, a slow day, a slow week. We are going to be finishing up haying here in a little bit. Fingers crossed, I think my boss is going to let me mow in the Kubota, because if you don't know, it's our only cabbed tractor, and it's in the 90s and been like pure sun lately, so I'm pretty sure he's going to let me mow in the cab tractor, because I would not be able to mow on an open cab tractor right now. But we only have 2 fields left to do. One we're going to wrap and one we're going to do dry hay. One is a 20-acre field, so that takes me about almost 4 hours to do with a 11-foot mower. But we'll get it done. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys those 2 new cows. Show you guys how we take care of a cow that's cut their teat. And that's pretty much it. So I've got to go fill the sink with some cold water to chase the acid wash, and then we'll milk the cows. As you can see, they made quite a mess of the walk. I hoed out the stalls, but we don't usually bed them in the morning, just because it's kind of a waste of sawdust, because they don't really lay down when they come in the morning. They're pretty eager to go back outside to graze while it's still cooler out, and then they'll come up in the mid-afternoon and stay in the free stall pretty much the rest of the day, just to get some shade, or they'll go stand under one of the trees in the pasture or something. But it's been pretty hard on them, it being hot. We're keeping an eye on a couple because they tend to get pneumonia when it's this hot, just because they'll go stay in the free stall and they'll all crowd right together, and it gets pretty humid, and for a cow that causes pneumonia. So we're keeping an eye on a couple cows that have a little bit of a cough, but I think honestly it's just the weather. So yeah, we'll get to it. So it's a couple hours later. We're still milking the cows. they're not really too happy because it's already like 85 degrees. You can see I've already shedded my sweatshirt. That didn't last long. So the new cows came in pretty good. Say hi to Addie. She's not one of the new cows, but so let's see. Okay, so this one right here is a new one. Hi, baby. She's the one that doesn't really have a name. So comment what you guys think her name should be. She's very friendly, aren't you, baby? Yeah. Probably calved about 3 or 4 months ago. She was given a decent amount. She looks really good. She came from a really good place. And then she actually came from the same place. We got her 3 or 4 months ago. You can see she's really good condition too. You're a good girl too, aren't you? And then here's Polly. She's actually a heifer. She's a little bit thin. Our heifers usually don't come in, but since she's a little skinny, we wanted her to eat some Baylor's, maybe put some weight on her. So she's not milking. We never had a calf before. Baby, you're just a cutie, aren't you? Yeah, so I'll show you that one's udder. The other one. Yeah, so she's obviously already been milked, but you can see she has a nice square udder. She's a very good cow, good-natured. So yeah, those are our 2 new cows. 3 if you count the one I forgot to show you guys. The red one is actually a shorthorn Jersey cross here. Most of our cows are crosses because they give a better butter fat, and that's kind of more what we're geared toward because we can't really produce massive amounts of milk, so we're more geared to components like butter fat, protein. Both of ours are fairly high. I think we have a from 4.5 to a 6% butter fat, which is really high. So we're kind of more geared toward the components section of milking cows. We don't really produce a lot of milk, but it's very nutritious milk. So the other thing I wanted to show you was, oh, she's right here. This is Apple. This is the one that stepped on her quarter. She's a little bit shy because she doesn't like being messed with. We've had to do a lot for you recently, haven't we? I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. It's the one closest to me. Oh, you can see it better this way. So she kind of stepped on the outside of it a little bit. You can kind of see it. She actually sliced it right open. And what we've been doing is, and she did that a few weeks ago. So what we've been doing is for about the first week. So for about the first week after she did it, we didn't actually milk that quarter. We just would put a drain tube in the bad quarter and just drain it out just so it wasn't hard on her milking it because he didn't want it to hurt her. So obviously that's got to be very painful. So we waited for it to heal for about a week and a half and just drained it and milked the other 3. And then we noticed that she started to get a little bit of mastitis. So we started treating it, and we treat it with, we've been using Quartermaster, just a penicillin, like an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial thing. There's a lot of these. We have Quartermaster, Tomorrow, Today, Clear. There's just a lot of them, and we've used quite a few, and I actually like this one the best. Tomorrow is probably like #1, but it's more expensive. So we've been using this, and it works really, really good. So she's had about 2 or 3 of these, and it will take a while for that to get out of her system, so we are milking her out and not saving the milk. We're just dumping it because penicillin isn't supposed to be in milk. If they find traces of penicillin in your milk, they will dump it. So we've been milking her out, but for the last week, we have been putting it on that quarter, and it seems to be milking out. It's not hurting her. She's not kicking at it, so that's really good. So we'll probably give her another one of these, and then we'll see if it clears up. It is doing a lot better. She's not sick or anything, so that's really good. So we've also been putting some bag balm on it. It's kind of like a medicated bag balm. It's like an antibacterial. It's Dr. Naylor. We've been putting some of that on it just to see. It's Dr. Naylor's. We've been putting some of that on it. It actually has isopropyl alcohol in it, so that actually helps cut down on the bacteria a little bit. So hopefully she gets over that. I've got to get back to milking. My boss is cleaning out back since they've been spending a lot of time in the freestall. We don't want them to slip. And also, it just keeps the air circulating better if you don't have a whole lot of crap in there. So he's cleaning out, and I've got to get back to milking the cow. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Bye, Addie.